Ooh. Hi, welcome back. So today I'm doing my Sephora video. The Sephora sale, like, I just don't care about it all that much. Like, I used to really care about it. I feel like brands like Nars, Makeup Forever, Rose Inc., like all of them, like they all started to be like, okay, like we got to make some competition. And so they have like better sales, and other retailers like Credo and Violet Grey, like Credo where you can get all your clean beauty, and Violet Grey where you can get the more like high-end to like pretty luxury makeup. They have like 20% off sales where you don't have to be like in a certain point perk to access that 20% off. Unlike Sephora where you have to be VIB Rouge, which is like spending $1,000 in a year. And like I spend a lot of money on makeup and I'm just VIB. Like I get the 15% off because like other websites and whatnot have way better sales, so I spend my money there, you know. Not telling you how to like spend your money or like where to invest, like, you know, your hard-earned money to websites, but you know what I'm saying. Like there are way better sales at all different points of the year on different websites other than Sephora. Like the Sephora sale is not the be all end all. So I just want to reiterate, like, don't go into debt, don't feel obligated, like don't feel like you're missing out because this sale is happening. But nevertheless, I want to make a little kind of get ready with me, like using all of the products that I would recommend to you during the sale. So yeah, I'm just gonna put them on my face, but first we're gonna start with skincare. Okay, I'm just gonna like speed through the skincare stuff because like skincare is so, you know, personal. First thing I would recommend, or like what I personally enjoy using and I think is a really good product, is this Tatcha rice wash. I love this so much. I'm not very, as a person who has like, you know, experience with like esthetician life, I don't really recommend, you know, physical exfoliant, but this is so like finely milled and elegant, and it's not like, it doesn't feel like you're like scrubbing your face with like something astringent in a way, but it's just, it feels like a nice polish to your face. Like it's so lovely, and it hydrates at the same time. Like it's not like stripping your skin. It's not like really buffing your skin or anything. It just like, there's just something about it that just is so gentle and so nice. It smells lovely and it's just lovely. It's pretty pricey for like what, you know, it's Tatcha. Yeah, it's Tatcha. Next thing is, you know, like, you know, use these products carefully. This is the Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Liquid Exfoliant. I love this. Like this is it, you know, like this is like a key ingredient to me having good skin, honestly. Like it unclogs your pores, it does everything that it says, really. It unclogs and shrinks enlarged pores, smooths an even skin tone, and it absorbs quickly. It's very beautiful. I love it so much. It really treats like any type of hyperpigmentation I have. It keeps like my skin like pretty even, and any type of texture I might have like on my cheeks or whatever, I just do a little swipey swipe and it's gone by the morning. It is so lovely. If you have super sensitive skin, they do make a more sensitive version of this because sometimes the 2% is a little too what's the word, strong. I'm kind of like a chemical exfoliant veteran, so I can really just, you know, put whatever on my face and I'm good. But yeah, I love this so much. I cannot be without it. Next is one of my favorite skincare brands, and I have a couple of things to recommend from them, but the first one is what I call my my rich lady face water. This is the Caudalie grape water, and I just love it. At first I was like, I don't know if this is doing anything. I just think it just feels good. And like, that would be fine even if it was just part of like the ritual of everything. But I do find like if I put on a moisturizer and then I spray this on top of it, my skin feels like it's softer. like even after the moisturizer and or like moisturizing mask that I'm using absorbs into my skin and it's gone, and or I wash off the mask, like this makes it feel like it, there's something to this, like it makes everything like absorb in, like you can like refresh your face when you have a full face of makeup on, like it's just so lovely. Like, like I just think, like, what even is this? Like, who's like, oh, let's spray grape water on our face and it's gonna do something, but it does something. I swear. Next thing is, I think one of the best, like, hydrating masks I've ever used, and this is the Caudalie Vinosource-Hydra Moisturizing Mask. This is such a beautiful product. Oh my god. This has saved my skin more times than I can count. Like, it's so beautiful. Like, some people wear this and like keep it on all day. Like, I've known people to do that who have incredibly dry skin. What I like to do is I just wear it to bed and then I like rinse my face in the morning. Particularly, I do have to say, like, to its potency, like when I had a certain illness that put us all in lockdown for, you know, like 3 years, I had it, and my skin was just so dry and just ill. Like, it was just not doing well. Like, my skin was like peeling, like it was so dry. And this saved me. Like this, and it was like my lips, like under my eyes, like everything was so like crepey and dry and just so sick, because I was so sick. And this brought me back to life. Like, this saved like the skin on my lips, like everything, like around my nose, like this, I used this every day, and like, she's it. I can't recommend this enough, to be quite honest. Okay, let's just kick things off with Complexion. So I'm going to recommend these two puppies right here. I talk about these on my channel all the time. These two have been a combination that have been my favorite for a multitude of years. At least, like, I've been using this for at least 6 years, and I think I've been using this for at least 6 years. Like, now, I love them. I've been using this since it launched, and I've been using this since it's, I don't know how long this has been out, actually. Well, anyways, so the combination of these two, in my opinion, makes the best complexion product. These two together make a natural glowy base that looks good in natural and artificial light and on camera. So it's just my favorite. My favorite way to do this is take the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter and kind of dab this on the high points, like even under the eye, because I have found when I concentrate it a little bit more at the front and kind of under the eye, that I don't necessarily have to use as much concealer, because this does have like luminescent light reflecting mica and whatnot in it, so it does reflect the light back in that area, so you don't really see as much of like my hollowness or my dark circles. And then I take the Nars, what is the official name of this? The Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer. I use this, my winter shade is Finland Light 1. But I have like 3 other shades too, because I love to be able to use this at any time of the year. It has broad spectrum SPF 30, and yeah, it's just, whoa, kind of glooped out on me. I just kind of dot this all over the face, like so. And then I take a very damp sponge and just blend them together. You can see just how luminous that makes the base. Okay, so the next product is relatively new to my collection, and this is the Dior Forever Skin Correct. This is a very high coverage concealer, and I use the shade 0N. You just need a little itty bit of this. Like, this is definitely a concealer that could very easily, you know, you could very easily go overboard with this. And if your base is not a hydrating base, like if you're using a more like matte foundation and or you're blending this out with your fingers or a brush, I do feel like this could get cakey on you. But I have found that with an adequately primed dewy base, whether it be like, you know, like a primer or like a hydrating like skin tint or what have you, whatever your preference is. This does blend out very, very beautifully. And it covers things like instant. Like, as you can see, like, I look so much more awake. Like, I'm suffering from pretty bad jet lag today. My sleep schedule is so thrown off. Like, I feel like I had just gotten used to the East Coast of the United States. Like, when I was staying back in New York, I feel like by the time I got on the plane to Portland to come to the West Coast, I had just gotten used to the East Coast time zone coming back from Europe. And so I'm just a little out of whack. So my sleeping has not been great the past couple of days. But yeah, this concealer, when blended out on top of a dewy base with a sponge, it just, like, look at that, like, flawless. She's flawless. Okay, next is bronzer, and I discovered while I was away how much I love or prefer cream bronzers and blushes over powder. Not that I dislike powder products in those categories, but I didn't bring a cream bronzer with me. I just brought my little Hourglass one, and I found that I was really, really missing my Nars Laguna bronzer. I use this in the shade Laguna 1. Like, this is a perfect, like, winter, springtime shade for me. And I'm just going to take this old Aveda brush, since all of my brushes are dirty. They're very, very dirty. And you can make this as sheer or as built up as you like. Like, this formula is absolutely stunning. Yeah, I missed this bronzer so much. Like, I'm so excited to use it. And it just blends itself out. Like, look at that. Like, sun-kissed. Take a little bit down the neck here, kind of unify everything. But yeah, I miss this so much. Oh man. I just, it's one of those products where I could just keep adding more and more and more and look totally crazy, but look how natural and just... One thing I will say about this product though, it does have a scent to it, which, you know, it's not really my favorite, but it does dissipate. It doesn't linger on the face at all. But that's my only complaint with it. Like, if the scent stayed around, like, I would never recommend this ever, but it's not a bad scent. It's just a scent, and it's like a tropical kind of smell. Like, not really my favorite type of smell, but yeah, it goes away once you put it on your face. Like, you don't smell it throughout the day. Now, moving on to blush, my recommendation, and the blush, I would like to say that this is probably my favorite blush right now, and this is the Rose Inc Cheek and Lip color? Is that what it's called? Lip and cheek color, and this is in the shade Daylily. It's this beautiful, like, kind of... It's marketed as a terracotta, I think, but I don't really consider this a terracotta, but it's a very, like, neutral pinky-ish. I don't know. I'm just gonna take my sponge. And it's like that beautiful, like, goes with any type of look, like warm or cool. This is also a product that I could just, like, pile on and on and on. And with a sponge, it goes on pretty sheerly. You can apply this with your fingers or a brush for, like, maximum pigment, but I do find that with a sponge, it does blend out very nicely. Yeah. And you see how it just, like, the glow from the base, but this also provides, like, a very beautiful sheen to the skin. For the eyes, I'm going to be taking this Dior Single, and this is the shade 658 Beige Mitzah. This is by Dior, Miss Dior. I love this shade so much. It is this beautiful, like, cool-toned, taupey, brownie shade. I'll do a little swatch on the back of my hand so you can really see, like, just the luminescence of this. And it's the perfect, like, taupey one and done. You can, like, spread it out. It's such a beautiful product. I'm taking this on another recommendation, which is the Sephora 18. I think it's just called the Pro Shadow 18 brush. It's this teeny tiny little pointy blender brush here. And I think this is perfect for like cream shadows and one and done shades. Because it's small enough that you can be really precise, but also fluffy enough that you can really blend it out. But yeah, I love this shade so much. So you can make this as, you know, washed out and light as you want, or you can really build it up for that kind of taupey gunmetal shimmery kind of look. And it's just so quick, so effortless. Dior isn't on a lot of retailers, so I do find that if you have, you know, it within your budget sort of thing, Dior is worth the money during the Sephora sales, because I think it's only sold at like Sephora and Saks, other than, and probably Nordstrom too. But yeah, I think that taking the time to invest in Dior makeup during the sale is a pretty wise choice, because it's kind of hard to find Dior on sale in general. And it's a really beautiful, like, curated type of brand. It's luxury, it's gorgeous, the packaging and the shades are gorgeous. I can't recommend this enough, honestly. And to finish off the eyes, we're gonna go in with mascara. I have been loving this Merit mascara. It claims it's tubing, but it's not. It's just like an easy wash off, because when it washes off, it just kind of, you know, washes off easy. But it doesn't come off in tubes is what I'm saying. But nevertheless, it is a very wonderful mascara. And I'm actually pretty surprised how much I do like it, considering the wand. Like, this isn't like it's a very basic wand. Like, this is kind of like the type of wand you would see at the drugstore or whatever. But the performance of it is so like fluffy and natural, but you can build up some volume with it, and it layers on top of itself really beautifully. Yeah, I've just been really loving it, and it's aging really well. I was kind of like put off from Merit, because like there are a few products that I tried from Merit that I just did not get on with. Like, I love the signature lip, but I do not love the lip oils. The lip oils just like, they were just kind of gross to me, and it did not age well. And the shade taupe was really beautiful, but it just didn't. It just like, it dried out my lips. Like, it was very strange. Like, just not what I expected at all. And so I kind of reluctantly bought this mascara, but I had only heard like really nice things about it. So I was like, you know, like, I'll take it with a grain of salt. And you know, I was very pleasantly surprised. Okay, so the eyes are done, and I think that it just looks very like effortless and beautiful. So on to the lips. The first product that I'm going to go in with is one of my favorite lip liners, and I do think that the more high-end luxury price point for this particular lip liner is totally worth it. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Cheat Pencil, and I'll just do a little like swatchy poo on there. It's like a very beautiful, like sculpting neutral nude color. And I think it would be really nice on a variety of different skin tones. I'm just gonna go in and lightly carve out my lips a little bit. So my main reason for recommending this particular lip liner is that it's really creamy. It's very pleasant to use, and you have a lot of work time with it. Like, it goes on so simply, so beautifully. It's effortless. But since it does have that really long work time, you can blend it out and wear it all over your lips, or go for a more, you know, like soft look. But once it dries down, it's dry. Like, it's not moving at all. So the next product for the lips is actually a Sephora brand lipstick, and this is in the Sephora Rouge Lacquer. This is a really beautiful formula. Like, the packaging is, you know, really chintzy, But with the price point and getting the 30% off for it being like Sephora brand, I think this is a really beautiful formula. Like this kind of reminds me of like the YSL, oh, I can't remember what they are, but they're kind of like the juicy lipsticky kind of formula. Like they're super pigmented. Like look at that nude. It's such a beautiful, like cool leaning neutral-esque kind of nude. This is so beautiful. I have a couple of these. I have L25 and this one I believe is L21. They have actual names, but they don't put them on the thing. I just have the sticker that says L25 and L21, but it'll say that in the descriptions for them. But these are like, they're so beautiful. Like I think these are like high performing, like luxury formulas. But like I said, the packaging isn't that great. It's very cheap, but I think that's how it keeps the price point kind of lower in that department. But you can't be, I think they're like $15 to $18 and then you get that 30% off. I think that they are so worth the money and so worth, like, I feel like they need to get more hype, honestly. And so I just wanted to put a little, like, put my feelers out and be like, hey, like, just because it's the Sephora brand doesn't mean that it's like bad. I know their matte blushes are really good. I'm a really big fan of the, I think it was called like the Bright Future Serum Concealer. I used that for years and I had basically every color in my makeup kit back when I was a working makeup artist. So good, so beautiful. But yeah, like that's the color in my hand and that's how it looks on top of the Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in Iconic Nude. Okay, so those are my Sephora recommendations for the upcoming sale. Remember, don't feel pressure or like that you like missed out on some type of money saving opportunity with the sale because, you know, it's pretty mid. Like it's not the best sale. Just to reiterate, brands have sales on their websites all the time. Other retailers like Credo and Violet Grey have 20% off sales where you can get any of these and or like more luxurious products for cheaper. So don't feel inclined to have to participate in this sale. It's just really not a big deal, but these are what I would recommend if you are planning on buying things or if you're looking for a new product to kind of give yourself a little treat. But anyways, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye-bye! I totally forgot to mention that the sale starts on the 14th and lasts till the 24th. So, bye!